Hello and welcome back. I'm Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, and today is just a little Sunday. Well, I'm recording it Sunday. Hopefully I can get it up tonight, but if not, it's going to be a Monday morning. So I have quite a few whips I want to share with you and also some finished objects. If you have never worked with sock yarn for your amigurumi, you are missing out. I'm going to go ahead and start with the BOGGYCREEK. Quite a few of the YouTubers are putting up a call to all crocheters if they'd like to contribute a blanket for BOGGYCREEK. Now, the person who described it best for me and who got me to do this is Jo at Jo's Web. So I'll link her video down below. She just summed it up in a real pretty picture. Who are the main players? And so I decided to hook up some granny squares for BOGGYCREEK and send them to Nina's Knots Crochet. So I have a bag full of, what I did is I grabbed 4 balls or 3 balls of yarn that was next to me. And of course my signature color was next to me. And I made a bunch of granny squares. So I'm going to send these to Nina's Knots. And so I use this very colorful one so that she could mix in colors because she's going to turn this into a blanket. So I made 15 of these. And I tried to incorporate different designs, but very simple designs for me to just still be able to use up these 3 balls of yarn. So I use this turquoise, this blue, and then this variegated color for some bright beautifulness. And so I'm going to send all these to her. But I also had some solid granny square. I forgot the name of this already. And they were all in one color, and I am having such a hard time figuring out what to do with them because they don't really mix well. So I'm going to let her mix it in because she's going to have a ton of squares to mix together. And so I'm going to send them to her. I forgot what the square design is called, but this is 2 neutral ones. And then I had these very mauve colored. And then I put this, I don't know what color this is, but it also has like a gold stripe through it. And so basically all I did is they weren't 5 inches. And so I made them 5 inches by giving them this little border. So I also have these. So I have 10 of these squares. And I think, 15 of these. So Nina's Knots Crochet, these are coming your way. And thank you so much for your contribution of putting this together and wanting to do this. I had no idea all the stuff behind it. I mean, I knew a lot of people were working on the BOGGYCREEK blankets. A lot of crochet podcasters are doing that. But Jo's Web is the one that got me to do it. So, so I'm going to send these your way. So that was the first whip. The second whip comes from this book, which is called Mix and Match. And I believe she's also known as Red Sparrow Crochet on Instagram. Great designer. I mean, I just love this modern way of doing blankets. And it's also a lovely stash buster. And mixing the colors is so fantastic. I love how they came out. But what I really love is when you take the bright colors and mix it with a black and white. So I'm going to hold this way back here, but I want to let you know that she provides a picture of it. She provides the rows, like row by row, how the pattern is. And then they also provide you a graph or the, chart. A chart or a graph for you to follow along. So if you have a hard time learning how to read a chart or a graph, this would be a great way to learn because it's not a big piece, right? It's just as long as you want to make it. So you can make this you could basically look at this as a stitch dictionary and use them to make washcloths or anything like that, something small. Or you can take one of these stitches and turn it into a scarf, because that's basically what these are, is that you could not have these languishing whips that you never finish because you can use them as scarves until you're ready to put them all together. So I decided to do one. I am doing, I'm not necessarily doing all of this, but she kind of lays out this, it's like a dreamland landscape that, I don't know what she calls it. I have not read it thoroughly, but I really like the bobble stitch here. And it's on page 91. And this is what I did. So I have this, this is Big Twist, and this is what I've been using to make all my scarves. It's a really pretty yarn, but I only had 3 of them, and it had been sitting in my closet forever. And so that's what I've been making my foxes with. But here is my first strip, and I love the design. It was so easy to follow. And yeah, there's these little baubles. I like the way that this yarn feels as a blanket. It's very light and drapey. I don't know what kind of Big Twist yarn this is, but it's very shiny. It reminds me of Karen Simply Soft, but not really. So it's very nice and drapey, but here we go. I am going to use this, and that's a very lovely autumn color. So I've used up one of my skeins, and now I'm on the second one. So I'm glad that I'm using this to get rid of yarn and going to make a fabulous blanket. I am using a 5.5 for that as well. Now I just think this book is so amazing. They also have like a set of stitches for you to follow in case you wanted to do a blanket like that. The yellows and creams mixed in with the grays, and then back to the yellows and creams, and then you can follow the stitch pattern. But there's actually 100 patterned and textured strips for thousands of unique throws and blankets. So, and then let me just read you this back real quick. It says, move over traditional granny squares. Crochet strips are the modern answer to modular blankets, allowing you to make beautiful homewares in a fun and accessible way. This ingenious book offers almost infinite design possibilities with the option to tailor the colors, patterns, and textures to suit your individual style. And there's more, but I just wanted to read you that because I am really loving it, and it is truly a lovely, beautiful cover. Okay, my next whip I need a little help with. I am making the Chucky doll, and this pattern is free. I found it on Etsy, and it was a request, so it's a commission piece. However, I am struggling with the skin tone. I am using Stylecraft Special DK for this yarn, for this project, and it is a very thin weight. I think it's a 3 weight, but it is, I mean, yeah, it's a 3 weight, but it's very flexible and squishy, and I'm just having a hard time finding a flesh tone. So I think I'm going to have to order a Stylecraft Special DK because I have looked all over Hobby Lobby and Joann's and can't find the same weight as a flesh tone because Chucky is kind of that peachy tone and I can't find it in this weight. So I'm struggling to finish it. But I really love the pattern. It was very easy to follow. And oh my goodness, have you guys tried Stylecraft Special DK? This is what I made my Hexadaisy cowl with, and it just drapes. It's so lightweight and so drapey and beautiful, and I just love how it feels. And the fact that it doesn't weigh a ton is, I love the way that it works up. I can see why so many crochet designers are using that as their yarn of choice, because not only is it cheap, it comes in a gazillion colors and they're just so beautiful and vibrant and lightweight. I really have enjoyed working with this, and that was my first time working with Stylecraft Special DK. And since I had it in so many colors, I was able to make this Chucky doll. So I'm really liking it, and I just need a flesh tone. So if you know of a flesh tone that I could use for his skin tone that's like a 3-weight or lighter, maybe lighter. I do have Shepsha's Katona cotton, but it's very tan. It's not very peachy like. So that is my third whip. On to some finished objects. Okay, my friends, if you have never tried sock yarn for your amigurumi, you are missing out. Let me show you. Oh, he's so cute. I know you can barely see his eyes with the design and the bright light shining, but oh my goodness, he is adorable. And look at that design. So I got this yarn from Pamela at Ginger Cat Crochet. It's just so cute. Now, this pattern comes from this book called Cute Amigurumi Animals. Here he is. Now, this designer, this book tries to incorporate some sewing with their projects, and I have shown this in my amigurumi book tag video. I'll link that here where I show all my books from like a year ago now. This is a piece of fabric that you sew on, and I really love that, incorporating sewing into crochet. But with this one, I don't want to cover up this beautiful design, even though you'll be able to see it on the back. Let me know what you think. I just love it the way it is. I love how it came out. And working with a yarn like this, it's just exciting and surprising to see what design is going to come next. And then when I got to here, I was like, okay, I see how this is going. It's coming out in stripes, and I got this color, then the blue and white, the blue and yellow, then this, then the blue and yellow, and I ran out of yarn. And so the very top is a different yarn, but it almost matches this. So it worked out. I did find another skein of yarn to try and finish it. This was one ball and just this little bit. And I also used it for his arms. Oh, it's so cute. I just love it. I just love this book. So last week I was coming across a lot of projects that were not as successful for me. And so I wanted some feel-good projects. And so this was a repeat for me. I have made this bear before. I'll show you a little picture here. And it's just, I love it so much. So I decided to showcase this yarn using this pattern, because if you follow me on Instagram, he's basically a square, and then you close up at the top. But this part is square and just little pieces. That's it. Although if I were to make this again, I would like to incorporate Cassandra's bear ears, Craftably Ever After. She has a very small bear, and their ears look like bear ears. So instead of having these little horn looking ones, I think I'd like to try and use her bear ears to do this pattern. Okay, so that is one. The second finished object comes from a book, one of my other amigurumi books I have mentioned before, and it's a favorite of mine. Oh, look at that. Look at that little button nose, literally. I just love how he came out. It's so cute. And I think this is going to go in my hope chest of build it and they will come for my future grandchild. Isn't that so cute? So here's the book it came from. It's a favorite of mine, Magical Amigurumi Toys. And there he is, all up close with his button nose. I forgot about the flower. I didn't put the flower on him. Oh, he's so cute. I love doing the button and that big happy smile. Look at that. Oh, he's so cute. I just loved it. And so I used the Stylecraft Special DK for this project as well. And I mean, it's just such pretty colors. So this is the apricot. The cotton is not Stylecraft. I used sugar wheel cotton from Hobby Lobby, and it's a little thicker than this Stylecraft, but it's the same weight, but it works up differently. So his nose is quite, or this muzzle part is quite standoutish. But I do love how he came out. I don't remember all the colors, but it's all the colors from my Hex Daisy blanket. And these were leftovers, so I actually wanted to make his body all the colors like his head. But when I made it, I thought maybe I made a mistake because it came out really tiny. So I just did it in peach and tried to incorporate some stripes. But it actually is kind of the same size. But I think I'm missing a row or something. I'm pretty sure they're all there. So I did make it in all the stripes, but it just seemed so small to his head that I thought, oh, maybe I did something wrong, and I did it again, and I just went with my favorite color, peach. It's not peach, it's called apricot. So here he is. He's so cute, and his little tail. I just love that. So working with Stylecraft is awesome. I just realized I have one more whip, and it comes from this book. I am making this little boy here, and so here he is. He is not finished, but look at those ears. Oh, I just love the way his hat came out. Now this one, I'm using all kinds of different yarns. And here's his body. I'm not a total fan of the blue and yellow I chose for his body shirt, but he's going to have overalls, and I also forgot to put his leg on the other way so you wouldn't see this, but oh well. But he's coming out absolutely adorable, and one of the things that she incorporates is there's a little bit of felt, and I thought that is just awesome. I really like the way that came out. So I may incorporate using felt to put behind the eyes. I think it looks so cute. So that one came from Lovable Amigurumi Toys. So yeah, these are my favorites. And she also tries to incorporate some sewing in her projects as well, just like incorporating the felt and the buttons. She tries to use other mediums other than just crochet, so I really like that. Okay, so that about sums up all the projects that I've been working on this week. I have very much enjoyed them. This was definitely a feel-good week. And if you missed our Fall in Love collab that I did with Cassandra, Marcia, Julie, and Bonnie, we got together and we made some fall projects, and I did make this awesome pillow, so go check it out. I'll put it right here. It's just one of my favorite things. I definitely want to make another one of those to match for my couch and my bedroom. I love it. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.